this is Tomlin from TomlinHarmonicaLessons.com, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's more of a vlog, and I really just want to talk to you about something really important as your development as a player and just for your enjoyment of the instrument, which is attending live events. So this is primarily about workshops, but it can be everything from going to see an actual live harmonica player, going to see a good harmonica player, or going to jam with your friends. I think we have access to so many cool things online in the harmonica space and loads of other spaces as well, but specifically the harmonica space, which means that you feel that you have everything that you could possibly want just available on the computer. And yes, if you look at it kind of objectively, that's entirely true. But I've just very recently run the Edinburgh Harmonica Workshop, which you've probably heard about if you've been watching this channel for any length of time. And the thing that I noticed was just this kind of transformative experience that it is for a lot of people, myself included, being in that environment. So I got to watch Ronnie Shellist, Lee Sankey, Liam Ward on stage playing with my band. I got to play with them. So already from my kind of personal development, that's a really exciting thing. It's a really scary thing, sharing a stage with such great players, but it really pushes you. So that was huge for me. But then I was watching the students, and a lot of the students got up on stage for the first time ever. I had one guy in tears when he came off stage, not because it went badly, but because it was a lifelong ambition to do that. And other people came up to me and hugged me in kind of complete ecstasy and delight. And it's incredible. We don't get that online. We don't get that camaraderie or that excitement or that inspiration online. The computer can only go so far. There's that personal connection that isn't there. Now, you may or may not know that this was going to be my last Edinburgh Harmonica Workshop, and I decided that a few months before it actually occurred. And the reason I decided that is just that it's a lot of work. It's a huge amount of work, and you know, it's kind of 6 months solid of preparation and making sure that everything comes together. And there are just so many little details and things that I have to make sure work. Otherwise it could all fall apart. So, you know, there's venue, there's travel and accommodation for teachers, there are work visas, there's course material, there's various musicians and helpers and things, catering, etc. And before the workshop, all I was thinking is, man, I can't do this again. I can't organize another workshop. I can't go through all of this stress. And then we had the workshop, and it was such an amazing experience for me. It was so emotional. It just inspired me so much, seeing all of these people and you know, players better than me, players earlier on their journey than me. And we were all in it together, and that was special. So I'm still emphatically not going to be doing that kind of workshop again. It's too much work, and I would happily do it if someone else organized it for me and I could just sit in and teach and perform. That'd be great. But I want to be able to keep doing these kind of events because I think it's really important for people to have access to these kind of events. And I know that it inspires me as a teacher and a player, and I can see that it inspires students. So with this in mind, I've been brainstorming kind of how I can continue to create workshops and events that are manageable so that I can do it without burning out, and people still get an awesome experience at their end. So this has kind of led me to a few ideas which I'd like to share with you. So at the moment, the way I see it, I've got three styles of workshop that I can do. So there's something that's kind of similar to what I already do, which is a kind of weekend workshop in my hometown in Edinburgh. But instead of having 4 teachers and nearly 80 students, I would have one other teacher. So there would just be 2 of us. And we would be teaching around 30 students. And that would be something that means that students get a little bit more face-to-face time, but it doesn't have to cost an insane amount of money to put on, because, you know, if you're flying someone over from the States or whatever, then you end up having to charge a lot per ticket if you're only teaching 5 people. Because there are less people and less teachers, it means that I can use a slightly easier to manage space. It makes it a lot simpler from an organizational point of view, while still maintaining this kind of really fun camaraderie and a good group of people. Okay, so that's one kind of workshop. The second kind of workshop that I'm considering is slightly more ambitious. And it's one that I think will be absolutely awesome, but I need to know if other people are excited by it. And this is something that I've been inspired by John Gindick. And if you don't know who John Gindick is, you should check him out. I'll post a link in the description below. He runs something called a jam camp over in the US. And basically, this is a 5-day event where I think it's around 30 students get together and they get taught by a handful of instructors, and they are made to play with a band multiple times. They get to work with a band as a harmonica player, and it's residential and it's kind of deep immersion. And I think that this is such a cool idea, and as far as I'm aware, there isn't this kind of thing in the UK. So that's something that I would really like to do in the UK. I'm not going to do it in the US, there's no point, because John does such a great job, but I do think that there are people who can't maybe make the travel make sense to North America, so that's something that I think would be great to do in Scotland, so people from this part of the world can find it easier to get to. So that's another kind of workshop that I'm thinking about. And then the final workshop style that I really want to explore, which I think it's going to be the most exciting in a way, is a kind of tour style workshop. So as you know, I'm based in Scotland, in the UK, in Europe, and I know a lot of you are in North America. So something that I would like to do is come to North America, if I can sort out work visas, that's the most important thing, and do 1-day workshops with a performance and jam session all around the US and Canada. So that means that I can kind of come to you, all the people who can't really make it over from that part of the world to Scotland will get access to this kind of event, and I think that'll be really cool. Plus, it means I get to team up with really cool harmonica teachers over in that part of the world. So this is kind of, you know, inspirational for me to get to travel around North America and work with loads of cool teachers. Also means I get to meet more of you, which is really, really exciting as well. So yeah, that's the kind of the one that's kind of the type of workshop that's open to the most amount of people. I guess the other two kinds of workshops are a little bit smaller. They'll inevitably be a little bit more expensive. So those are kind of the 3 ideas that I'm thinking about at the moment. And I would really, really love to see and hear what you think about this kind of thing. So what I've done, I've actually put together a kind of a landing page, if you click on the link in the description below, where you can sign up to just to say that you're interested in learning more about each of these kind of workshops. So you can choose what you're interested in. So I'll have 3 different buttons you can press depending on whether you want the kind of small weekend workshop in Edinburgh, whether you want the deeper kind of residential thing, or if you are excited for me to come to you and do this workshop tour. This means that I can start organizing a little bit better, knowing who's interested, who's into it. And this isn't entirely me just plugging my workshops. This is me trying to get you to take advantage of the real world, not just internet harmonica. So get out there and get to an event if it's near you, whether it's a workshop or if it's a concert. it will really open up your mind, having those conversations with other harmonica players and other harmonica students, as well as seeing professional players on stage, hearing the amplifiers. It's all so exciting, and you don't get that through videos. So yeah, this is something I'm really excited about exploring more and seeing how I can make it work going forward. And I really want you to be involved in that process. So please click on the link in the description below to find out more about it and to help me to start organizing it. All right, thank you so much for watching this. And before you go away, if you've enjoyed this, please hit the like button and give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then subscribe to the channel, because I put out a new video every Wednesday. Just click the subscribe button, then click the little bell icon next to it so that you'll be notified of future videos when they come out. All right, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. You are awesome, and without you, I don't get to do what I do, so thank you very much. Happy harping.